probably the biggest game on planet Earth. And now this grand game enters its 6th decade. We welcome you to Santa Clara and Levi's Stadium for Super Bowl 60. Coming up, a battle here in the NFL playoffs. It's the AFC champion Denver Broncos and the champions of the NFC, the Seattle Seahawks. Around the globe, wherever you are, welcome to America's great sports day. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, Super Bowl Sunday. Great to share with you one more time, Greg. What a 2025 season, all the twists, all the turns, and it all culminates tonight here in Santa Clara.
And I think this is a matchup, Mike, that I don't know how many people had just even a couple of weeks ago, but you look at the rosters, both sides of the ball, very well balanced, very well coached. So I think the biggest thing each team told us all week was, let's just handle the emotions of the pregame. Let's handle all of the lead up, because once that ball's kicked off, let's just rely on what's gotten us here, and I think we're in for a treat.
He fields it at the 8. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL. And Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
All week long, they just keep telling themselves it's just another game, and then reality sets in. And I promise, as he takes the field right now, Mike, the thoughts and the emotions swirling around his head, he's got to do his best to harness it. These are the games that legacies are built upon. He understands, even though he's had this long journey, he is going to be judged based on these next 4 quarters.
Shaheed in motion. The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. And nothing doing there. Only back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be an early 3rd down coming up.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
I like the aggressiveness early in the game, right out of the gate. Make the defense realize we are going to challenge you downfield, and what that does is it opens everything else up. Now, you got to hit a couple of these, and don't be surprised if they go back to a deep shot here pretty quickly.
And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. 2nd season now for Bo Nix.
You just can't imagine the emotions and the thoughts swirling around his head as he takes the field on this opening drive, Mike. I mean, you think of the journey they've been on, their regular season, that gauntlet of playoff games through the AFC playoffs, and now here they are. He's taking the field as the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl, and he's 4 quarters away from living out his dream.
On 1st down, they'll stick with Harvey. And this time, they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
2nd down, Nix. Left side, that's complete. It's Sutton. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of they get 25 on that connection. Good for a Denver first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play, and it's 2nd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Play action now. It's Nix. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
3rd down, 3 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it at their own 32-yard line.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Darnold to throw on 2nd down. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone. Inside the 20. A big play here in the big game. And even 50 yards.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with him and take that play away.
And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. The first touchdown of Super Bowl 60.
That's a heck of a run right there, and I can't tell you, Mike, how many running backs coaches I've heard over the years say, your responsibility with the ball is to make the first guy miss. We can't block everybody on the field. That's the role of a good running back, and you see it here. All it takes is one missed tackle to get this guy in space, and he's able to do the rest with his legs and take it all the way.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it, and the Seahawks are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, here's Mims. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They had that pick on the opening drive that led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back. 1st and 10. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll go play action with Nix. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Third down and 2.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting him to the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. On the give, this is Harvey. Down the sideline, past the 45. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
26 yards.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs, kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That one's incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
What's his kick? Is good. And the Broncos, they're on the board. It's 7-3.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense headed back to take over once more. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
And that one is complete along the boundaries. Good job of getting those feet in back.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
On play action, here's Darnold. He'll step up and run this. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
A gain of 12.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
Dump this off to Charbonnet, complete, and he'll be run out of bounds. It's a good gain on first down. They pick up 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go play action with Darnold. Get that one to Charbonnet, complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They gain 18 yards on that one. First down, Seattle.
First down.
That's already 2 catches for this guy. We haven't even seen him hand the ball to him yet, and that's really what these running backs have become in the league. They're really just all-around weapons, and if the ground game's not working, you can go to the air, and vice versa. The more times this guy touches the ball, the better it is for this offense.
He's taken down just shy of the 10. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
First down, Seahawks.
After a spirited first quarter here in Super Bowl 60, it's the Seahawks with the early lead. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. As we are ready to get back underway. This pass taken in by Shaheed. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Broncos' 3-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle.
And once they let the quarterback out of the pocket, it just became too many options at their disposal. You got to keep him in the pocket and limit the run option. Once he's out there on the perimeter, Mike, his ability to either throw it or take it in himself, it just puts so much pressure on these coverage defenders and results in an easy touchdown.
Myers now to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Seahawks extend their advantage to 14-3.
Broncos 3.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And he'll get forward for a couple. Byron Murphy there on the stop.
At the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Nix. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A 1-yard gain.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or kick a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
To return, it's Shaheed. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. Off the bootleg. Here's Darnold. That one swung out wide to Walker. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 4. They'll run here with Walker. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Call it a gain of 13. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
1st down, Seattle.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
Over the middle, Smith and Jigbo with the grab. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Moving left, now he'll run. That one good for 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Seahawks 1st down.
And this is when it just gets very frustrating as a defense, because this is what it's been like all day. The pass rush is good, but just not quite good enough. They let him slip through, and he burns them with big yardage.
To throw on 1st down is Darnold. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. That his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Good on the extra point. And the Seahawks move out to a 21-3 advantage. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Now faking the give. That's caught left side by Ingram. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
A gain of 15
Terrific
yards.
starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
First down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
He's got a man downfield. It's Mims. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
3 yards.
And another first down and another big gainer. This time,
First and 10
23
at
yards.
the 36-yard line.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run. Well, it's been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First and 10.
So if you're going to have time to allow your big tight end to start on one side of the field and run a crossing route all the way to the other, your big guys up front better hold up in protection. That's exactly what they were able to do here. Gave the quarterback the confidence of staying with him the entire way through, delivering that ball on the far side of the field, and leads to a nice pickup. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Oh, fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete. Reek Woolen that time. Good coverage, and he breaks it up.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic, and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time, he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
That one's incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Once his kick is good, and the Broncos are back within 2 scores. So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense make their way out to take over once more. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. That's going to be incomplete. Covered very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
And I think I want to see a little bit more of this style from this defense. The key, Mike, is at that catch point, you want to create as much contact and be physical. Separate the ball from the intended receiver, and it's a great example there.
Throwing on second down. Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Take a shot. Downfield, looking for Cup. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field.
At their own 27-yard line.
Trying to start on the ground. Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He's going to send it downfield looking for Ingram.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. The Seahawks offense starting to trot out for this next possession.
At their own 31-yard line.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. He'll be out of bounds. That's a decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back for more on Super Bowl Sunday. After this, they'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. In motion is Barner. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Zach Allen in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Shaheed in motion. Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. Finding space at the 40. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Seattle.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points, but either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So, big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
Now Seattle's going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The rest of this game is all going to come down to getting stops. You find yourself down pretty big here in the first half. You have to get the ball back to your offense as many times as possible, but you can't keep giving up scoring drives, whether it's field goals or touchdowns. You need punts. You need takeaways. Give your offense a chance to start climbing back.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. Darnold to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is, firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
Here's Darnold again. He'll try to run for it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called.
The Seahawks 1st down.
So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This one from 52 yards away. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. He'll look deep, left sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. From the gun, that is a run with Harvey. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 16 yards on the game. And a quick 1st down.
And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Brings up second.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. They'll try to hit him with a screen. This one could be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
That's just bad timing by the offensive line. They've got to get their linemen out in front of him, so either the linemen need to go faster or the back just needs to be more patient. But either way, they're just not in sync on that screen pass.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. A gain of 15. Well done. Facing third and 14, they pick it up.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
That is brought in downfield by Sutton. They get 25 on that connection. Good for a Denver first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Handoff now for Harvey. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
From the 20, here's second and 8. Back to throw is Nix. Now he takes off.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second reads, but what they failed to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Third down, they need 5. To throw is Nix. And he'll take it on in. Portland Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He's got it. Broncos are able to cut into the deficit.
The score is Seahawks 24, Broncos 13.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready for their first possession of this second half. Here's a designed run. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Seattle.
Mike, I think every offense would love to be able to call designed runs for their quarterback, but it's so dependent of who that quarterback is. And for this team, to be able to have that guy behind center, it just adds a different element to what they can do on offense.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at their 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's Walker. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. That's the safety, Tell, and Noah Hufanga on the tackle.
And it's 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Headed left, buying time.
Sam Darnold on the scramble. Nick Bonito on the
These are the
tackle.
plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the 1st down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Seattle.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Connects with Cup on the slant. And he's close to another 1st down. This is brought down just shy of the marker.
Gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 21-yard line.
2nd and 1 now from the 21. Here's Darnold. That's complete. It's Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Seattle.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help. Because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day. Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Smith-Njigba, the man in motion. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. And that ball out of reach. Toward the sideline, it'll be an incompletion.
Wise decision, especially at this stage of the game. You certainly don't want to force something and let the other guys right back into the game.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. In motion is Barner. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Huff brings it in left side. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
So what they're trying to do with this concept here, Mike, is they're trying to put layers into the defense. There's somebody attacking deep, there's somebody attacking intermediate, and then in this case, they force the ball to be thrown to the underneath check down, and they're able to keep him short and 4th down. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Work in the middle, that's hard. there. He pushes forward. It'll give him 4 yards.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
It is 2nd and 6. They send Sutton in motion. On 2nd down, it's Nix. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the Seahawks have come up with the recovery.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Shaheed in motion. To throw on 1st down is Darnold. And that one incomplete.
It's clear whatever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it.
Darnold on the keeper. A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he will have the Seahawks 1st down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Darnold. And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there as time has expired. The 3rd quarter has come to an end. Second and 10. Dump this off to Charbonnet, complete. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Complete to Zach Charbonnet. It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Throwing, Darnold. Got a man. Barner, the tight end. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He is down at the 6.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he's in! Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now the point after try from Myers. He gets it to go, and the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. The catch made there by Sutton. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing. Nix. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. And he's going to have the Broncos first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here's Nix to throw. That's caught by Harvey. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Complete to R.J. Harvey. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 on the Seahawks' 19-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll throw. It's Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now this looks like a design run, and that one's going to be shut down quickly. A minimal gain.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short gain.
Second down. Nix. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will score! Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Denver. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Broncos are able to edge a bit closer.
Seahawks 34, Broncos 20. Will Lutz to kick
So now
off
after
for
the touchdown,
Broncos.
Lutz going to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Darnold. He'll locate Cup. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
A tight end in motion now. They'll run it for the first time. Here comes Zach Charbonnet. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cooper.
So you do a great job all game long. You build up a lead here late in the 4th quarter, but now you get sloppy. This turnover all of a sudden brings a renewed sense of energy to your opponent, who a minute ago thought this game was over, and now they got a little life.
The Broncos offense and receiver Cortland Sutton ready to get going again. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie 2nd rounder.
It makes sense to try to push the ball downfield, Mike, and go to the air when you find yourself trailing by this deficit. But it also makes you very predictable. You see the defense, they're in nickel personnel, extra defensive backs on the field. It gets that much harder to throw when the defense knows it's coming.
The Seahawks offense ready to take over once more. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation. Use as much clock as possible, up a couple of scores as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Here's a design run. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
A loss of 2.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
To throw is Darnold. This one not quite on target. Too much. That one falls incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And that is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Sutton. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open. You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide-open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a first down.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the fourth quarter.
We'll go play action with Hicks. First down throw there is incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
Left side, that's complete. It's Sutton. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Number 14 with a pickup of 14. And a first down.
First and 10.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch. It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
2 minutes remain in Super Bowl 60. We're back to write a finish to the season after this. Big play. 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
And he won't get away. Good open tackle there to get him down behind the line.
The tackle made back at the 25-yard line.
Here comes second down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. That is DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the fourth quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Throwing is Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
Nix now on 1st and 10. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the Seahawks 5-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Nix. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10. The Broncos going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in this one. Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8. Back to throw is Nix. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter.
3-yard pickup.
And that'll do it. For the first time in more than a decade, the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. Well, a fitting ending to a great NFL season, all culminating here in the Super Bowl. And Greg, I think we can say the best team won the title.
And you think back to the season they had, Mike, where they earned everything on the field. There was ups and downs. There was adversity. And they were such a resilient group all season long. They were battle-tested coming into the playoffs. They put it all together tonight, and they can call themselves Super Bowl champions.
So that'll do it for another sensational season of the NFL on EA Sports. For our entire team, and with my partner Greg Olson, Mike Tirico, good night from Santa Clara, California.